Hey guys, Izanagi here, and today I will be reacting to a video of the Necessary Conversation podcast. I quite enjoy reacting to these and watching them. They are actual high quality content. So in case you've been living under a rock, yesterday the US launched a quote unquote military operation in Iran alongside Israel, good old Israel, yeah, our best buddies, and started bombing facilities in Iran, and I believe they killed the quote unquote supreme leader. So that guy's dead, along with a couple of like very high ranking profile generals. Now, in theory, this is my personal opinion. Yes, the US has killed the evil dictator. However, there's now a power vacuum, and they've already got a replacement for the guy they just killed. So I've seen this on social media a lot. As people seem to think this is some sort of like Marvel movie where it's like, the good guys come in, they kill the villain, the bad guy, roll credits, everyone lives happily ever after. No, this is not how this works. In these like these sort of like what it's going to create is people to replace the guy. It may create more civil war in Iran. I'm not saying that the guy was being oppressive to his citizens, and like obviously that's kind of justification is well he's murdering his own citizens and he was building nuclear weapons when the nuclear weapons we destroyed like 6 months ago. So it's like, okay, we're not. What was it? It's like last year. Apparently, destroyed a nuclear bunker. How the hell did they rebuild all that in this short time frame? It doesn't make any sense. It just seems like an excuse to go in there and destabilize the region for Israel and to get oil for the American government. That's my tinfoil hat conspiracy, which I don't even consider to be a tinfoil hat conspiracy. So it's just a giant mess. I don't know how long this will go on for. We already have histories of the past like Iraq and Afghanistan where this sort of thing's been tried, and it always ends up in the region just devolving into civil war and chaos. Yeah, American intervention pretty much has a track record of never ever actually working out good in the end. But anyway, we will get right into this video. And yeah, I'm Brit. I'm from the UK, and technically we haven't got involved yet, but our fucking dickhead of a prime minister, Keir Starmer, has said we are aiding American bases in the region to fight defensively. So that's just great. We're apparently getting involved. I don't know why, but there you go.
In the aftermath of the 2024 election, America is even more divided than before. Half the country fears the end of democracy, and the other half welcomes it. As America inches toward the brink of authoritarian rule, now more than ever, we must force ourselves to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. Today, joining me, I have my sister, Haley Pope, fellow lefty. I have my QAnon MAGA conspiracy theorist cult member parents, Bob and Mary Lou, with us, and we have a very special guest. She defeated Republican incumbent Amanda Batten to win a seat in the Virginia House of Delegates in the 2025 election, flipping the 71st district of for the Democratic Party. Please welcome Virginia Delegate Jessica Anderson. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Jessica.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the victory.
So comments was actually spoilers.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Jessica, if I may, you reached out to me and said you wanted to come on this show. And so I'm very curious, if I may ask you, what was it about our show that made you send that email?
I mean, I don't know anyone.
Yeah, so I've been watching y'all for a while. Full transparency, your parents are very similar to my parents. And I actually think I might be the same age as Haley.
Is this like an American thing? Any Americans watching this video can comment in the comment section. Has it always been like, in terms of politics, you've had like families divided and like at war with each other, or has this only been like a thing since Trump's got in? Just because like politics isn't like this in the UK, I'm just wondering.
Haley, I have 3 daughters. My oldest is 21. My youngest is 14. I'm 44.
Me too.
So I got married. Yes, 81 babies. Yes. So I got married pretty young, age 20. Had my first daughter at 22. But yeah, my stepdad is pretty far right on the MAGA sphere. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of conversations anymore these days. My mom, however, while is still Republican, voted for Trump all 3 times. We are still incredibly close. I love my mama. And we have a lot of conversations. And I've actually moved her on a few issues over the years. We have like a bi-weekly coffee date. And we always end
I
up
was thinking that, wait, how did you vote for him all 3 times? I just remembered, oh yeah, he obviously ran against Biden and he lost. And that was when he was like, this election's rigged, and the whole January 6th thing happened.
talking politics, whether we like it or not. So yeah, I just feel I feel like I relate a lot to what y'all do, and I appreciate it. I know you guys get a variety of comments and pushback or support for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So speaking as someone who's kind of living in that same world, I applaud you because, you know, like I said, I love my mom. My mom would give, and I see Mary Lou the same way. My mom would give her shirt off her back to anyone. But there are elements of the way she sees things that are heavily influenced by my stepdad and just her environment a majority of the time that I don't get to be a part of.
There seems to be a running common theme here. Do you think Mary Lou's politics are very influenced by Bob? I mean, she basically is stuck to him 24/7 and they live together and she's essentially his caregiver, right?
That makes it really hard for her.
Because this happens all the time in relationships. Like, obviously not all relationships, but you'll have someone, it could be the boyfriend or the girlfriend, usually the boyfriend, and they're like super political, and maybe the girlfriend's just kind of like apolitical, they don't really care, and they just kind of like gravitate to whatever their partner's politics are.
To see where I come from on a lot of issues. I'm a former Republican too, also. So this was a pretty significant shift for me.
Yeah.
I was a Southern Baptist attendee, taught Sunday school, Awana's leader, sang in the choir, raised my children in that environment. And then after my divorce, significantly saw a shift in the way my church treated me. And then had to navigate social safety nets personally, which was a very eye-opening experience.
That's interesting how you can go from being a Republican to a Democrat. Like, she obviously had an experience that changed her worldview. A lot of people just kind of like stick to the same worldview until they die. So, you know, you got to give her credit where credit's due.
Really changed my perspective on some of the elements that I was more right-leaning on.
Okay.
Interesting. And so that experience turned you completely to the other side of the aisle.
Correct.
And I assume also maybe spurred you to run for public office.
It did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I started talking politics online and
how long
it really took off. I went from 20,000 followers on TikTok to over 600,000.
Yeah.
But Blob is saying something. Silence.
How many people are in your district? This is
just
for
over
her.
72,000.
How many people are in your district? Okay.
Yeah, just over 72,000 voters.
Did you hear that?
And how many votes
72,000?
did you get? Did you get more than
this
half?
go around? Yes, I got. So I actually ran twice. I ran in 23 against the same incumbent, and I lost by 667 votes. I had no funding.
That's
I
such a
wasn't
small
actually
amount
seen
to
as a
lose by.
competitive race, even though I knew I was. Knocked over 6,000 doors. Sucked it up and ran again in 2025. I knocked 7,003 doors in 2025.
That's a lot.
Was heavily supported by the state party, and I won by almost 3,000 votes, so 6.5%.
It takes a lot just to walk up to some random stranger's front door and knock on it and like try to sell them on a political party. That takes a lot of like guts. I couldn't do it with my social anxiety. Holy shit.
So significant shift from 23. Built name recognition my first go around. And then, I've lived in this area too forever. I'm a lifelong Virginian, grew up next door in Newport News, but I've lived in the district for 25 years. So I have very deep roots in this
I mean,
community.
it probably does help if she's like, she knows she's well established in the local community, but I doubt she knows every single person like on a personal level, right? So still.
I want to ask you before we get into all of our topics and stuff. By the way, for everyone listening and watching, we're not going to have a listener question today because I opened our email inbox and it was just all war with Iran questions. That is obviously going to be our first topic. We're going to cover it pretty in depth, I think. So before we get to that, though, I want to ask you this question, Jessica. You obviously work in politics. You work with Republicans in the House of Delegates.
Oh my Lord.
What is it like in that environment? For those Republicans, like behind
Every
closed
Republican that doesn't speak out against Trump, they're basically traitors to their country. I'll be honest.
doors, do they all acknowledge, or do any of them
They're more
acknowledge
loyal to their own personal greed and self-interest than the country at large.
that Trump is insane, ruining the country, but then publicly they have to, vote along party lines?
Trump's
So
not
I'm-
insane.
But
Okay, sorry, Dad.
You're insane.
Okay.
no, you.
I am still in the process. This is obviously my first term, and we do
Yeah.
a 60-day session. We are very fast here in Virginia. Very different than Texas, by the way. You guys take votes like every 2 years. We take over almost 3,000 votes in a single 60-day session. It's insane. But I have befriended quite a few of my Republican colleagues on the other side. I got a few that hate me.
I mean, that's
but,
part of course, right?
It's
Yeah.
all fun. I mean, they have very large social media platforms like myself. So there is this dichotomy of us kind of competing in the online space and then again in the world of politics and in real life. But I will tell you, the few that I've gotten to actually chat with, they do seem to be very turned off by the decisions that are coming out of this administration.
Yeah.
But they won't say anything publicly. They won't actually put their asses on the line for their opinions and beliefs.
I also will tell you that a majority of the votes we take are bipartisan. We just passed a budget that, while it got a lot of heat and newsworthy media from the local and even national news, as well as some of the politicians on the other side of the aisle, more than 50% of them voted yes for it at the end of the day. So while they may want to disparage elements of it and kind of, do the whole rage baiting that I think is pretty commonplace in politics nowadays, they still
Especially
recognize
online.
that we did a lot of good in this budget. We also did not raise taxes, despite them trying to claim that's what we were going to do, and we did not. So it is interesting, and we are a lot.
Did you
We get
lower?
along a lot better. We lowered some. We basically
My
really
coffee's cold
expanded
now.
our incentives around housing
I drank most of it.
initiatives. We made sure we protected a lot of our programs with SNAP.
Seems like pretty basic, fundamental, progressive policies. I'm surprised that her Republican colleagues weren't foaming at the mouth to cut them. Well, that's SNAP benefits. No, we gotta give Donald Trump another $10 billion to his fucking cosplay. What is it called? His peace group, what the fuck it's called, which is a load of baloney, considering he's bombing around.
EBT specifically.
I wonder if
CHIP.
FIFA's gonna take away his Nobel Peace Prize from him, or is he keeping that? Fucking stupid. I wonder if the World Cup is still happening in America. What the hell?
Medicaid, public education. So we really spent their time for the next 2-year budget,
Oh, maybe online,
shoring up
yeah.
the cuts that we're seeing from the HR1 Big Beautiful Bill. We are protecting our Virginians, making sure that we can sustain healthcare, we can sustain our healthcare facilities. That was a huge priority for us going in. And that was a huge priority for our new governor, who also really wanted to expand supply of housing and bring the prices down. So that was the big thing.
What is your view on public education?
Well, I work in public education, so I'm a front office secretary for a local elementary school. That's actually what I did before getting into this role for 8 years. I'm a
Bob
big
was just like, God damn it. What the hell can I get off this stream and watch some Newsmax? I want some real news.
proponent of it. It's one of my top
Yes,
issues
yes.
that I fought for and ran on, as well as workforce training and giving more access to that to
All
our
right, I
middle
want
and
to
high
skip. I want
schoolers.
to get to the juicy parts where it is.
but
we
I
can
just
buy
feel like-
around.
And I
Correct.
remember those teachers. I was not in
Yeah,
the
the system
classroom. I was
sucks.
a
Yeah, we
PE
know, we
teacher.
know.
But I remember those teachers.
Great again that was sent to him graciously by Hassan Piker. Our first topic is
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
the war in Iran. Dad, are you okay? You good?
Oh, I'm happy as hell.
He's having a stroke.
Iran's
Okay,
getting
it's
hang on,
just him
hang
being
on.
normal.
The first
Wait a
topic is the
minute.
war
Okay.
in Iran. What,
Yeah, that's
Mom?
our topic. I'll save my other two little ditties for next time. It's no big deal because it
Okay.
will take a while.
Oh, yeah,
so I'll
ditties.
save them.
Okay.
It was about Catholics. Remember how Dad said Catholics don't read Bibles? I'll save
Mhm.
that.
Oh, it's just,
Okay.
Dude, I swear that they talked about that like literally 4 weeks ago now. That was like from an episode like 4 weeks ago.
Will be on my rear end for that one.
Yeah.
And then a Republican and democracy. I'll save that one too. There you go.
Okay.
Number one.
Our first
Thank you.
topic is the war in Iran. Despite Trump's promises on the campaign trail to not start any new wars,
Let's
this
see. How many promises has Trump broke? No new pointless foreign wars. Release the Epstein files. That's kind of a 50-50 because he's released the Epstein files, but heavily redacted any of the files where he's mentioned, and half of them haven't been released. Fix the economy. No. Is there anything else I'm missing? What was another key policy the fucking donut was running on? I don't know. I can't remember.
This week, Trump started a new war with Iran. The U.S. and Israel launched coordinated large-scale strikes across Iran, hitting military and air defense sites, missile infrastructure, and leadership-linked locations in and around Tehran. The strikes have reportedly killed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, as well as additional top Iranian leadership. They've also killed dozens of children at a girls' primary school. Iran responded with missile and drone attacks targeting locations in Israel and U.S. bases across the region, which have killed 3 U.S. troops so far.
I mean, it sucks that like the U.S. I mean, basically, those troops lost their lives for no reason. Like, their blood is on Trump's hands. He's the one who fucking did all this.
As of the time of this recording. But Trump is okay.
Like, what do you expect the Iranians to do? Oh, we're getting bombed by America and Israel. I guess we'll just sit here and do nothing and take it, right? Like a bully coming over towards you, stealing your lunch money and punch you in the face. It's like, hello, like, what do you think they were gonna do? Right? Like, it's ridiculous.
Now all we got to do to get even is kill 750,000.
As I was saying, but Trump is okay with that.
Oh my
In a
God.
pre-recorded message, he
I'm
said,
okay with that too.
"Dad, let me read this." In a pre-recorded
Okay.
message, in a
I
pre-recorded
love how
message,
you have these like fucking armchair MAGA generals / soldiers who a lot of them have never even seen a day of action in their lives, and they're just there like, yeah, kill him, yeah, let's go, America, weehaw, woo, hoorah, you know what I mean? And they're like foaming at the mouth, and they're like, and they just want to see all the blood and carnage from the safety of their fucking their home and sat in their bloody chair.
he said, "The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war."
You know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of the Shrek meme, Sir Farquaad. Sir Farquaad? You know, the guy with the chin, he's little guy. And he's like, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. It was literally those kind of vibes, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Trump launched the war
Because
against Iran.
Trump does view you as cannon fodder, and he has even said in the past that he views service members who's got killed or captured as losers and suckers. So that's what he thinks of the military. And FYI, by the way, none of these elite pedophile billionaires will ever send their own children to the front lines to fight. It will only be the working class MAGA cattle whose kids will get sent to the front lines to die. So there you go. Enjoy.
On without notifying or seeking approval
Absolute
from
joke.
Congress, which could make his actions
Which he
illegal.
doesn't need.
Okay, many people believe the
What you
war.
don't need, he can just do whatever he wants because he is the Orange Man. And the Orange Man does what the Orange Man says.
Is a distraction from the Epstein files and from reporting that Trump is considering
Did they say Bob had like an MRI scan? I'm surprised there's anything in his brain.
an executive order to postpone the upcoming midterm elections. Mom, why are
Bill
we?
exonerated him.
Okay, Chad,
Mom.
what?
You know,
Why-
Bill Clinton exonerated him.
Yeah, we'll
Bruh.
get to that.
Mom, why are we at war with Iran?
Oh no, it never had.
Because of the craziness and because they are killing their own people.
They were getting ready to shoot a big
They
missile at us. That's
also-
why.
Oh, is that what he said on Newsmax? Jesus Christ.
They are very capable.
Oh, you could
We
tell.
beat
You
them
could
to
tell
the
these people
punch.
anything.
That's why.
They believe it.
They are killing their own people in the street. They are very close to a nuclear bomb. Chad,
Once again, going back to my previous point, I'm under no delusions that the quote-unquote supreme leader was a benevolent ruler and treated all his subjects with decorum and grace and is not murdering them for protesting or speaking out against the government. I'm under no assumption that's not true, or true rather, right? However, once again, if you're going to take out the guy, you need to replace him with something, unless you want to create a power vacuum or civil war, or he's just going to get replaced by the next guy. That's not going to improve the situation. Like I said, countless examples of American intervention in the Middle East proves this.
and Haley.
I mean, time
did
will
you
tell, but I'm
realize
pretty
that
sure I'm going to
Iran
be right.
was our ally? That we were very tight with them long ago?
Yeah, back when Iran had a puppet ruler, that was an American puppet.
When the Shah of Iran was in charge of it,
Do you realize that?
and then they kicked him out.
How long ago was
exiled him,
that, do you think?
And that's 1970s.
We turned
damn.
not being
So a
an
little
ally
while
with them.
ago.
Did they even have color TV back then?
In 1979,
Yeah.
when they took
Well, did you know they were
444
they were allies with the
prisoners.
Germans in World War II?
If this was Kamala
It was-
Harris, doing this,
Oh, Kamala Harris
you'd be
right now.
fucking-
Yeah, footballification of politics is just sad. Because you know if Kamala Harris did the same thing, or Biden, or some other fucking, I don't know, Democrat, Bob would be like saying, "God damn those warmongering assholes, how dare they?" But when Trump does it, he's like, "Oh yeah, please more Trump, please." It's like the consistency is ridiculous.
outraged.
Let me get into
He's supposed to be like a 70-year-old man. I don't know how you can worship someone like Trump,
you and your
or
little
even like another human being. It's
fiefdom
weird.
of 3 or 4 women there that you like so
You
much.
guys are just hypocrites.
Combined, those 4 women don't have an IQ of 50.
That's
A freshly created dog turd on the sidewalk has a higher IQ than Trump. He's the fucking most retarded. Oh, try not to say the R word, but he's the most stupid, dumb motherfucker in all of like human history in terms of presidents or world leaders. He's thick as shite.
Can I just ask you a
He
question?
has the vocabulary of like a 10-year-old. Actually, maybe that's insulting to a 10-year-old. He has the vocabulary of a 5-year-old. Actually, that's insulting to a 5-year-old. Okay, he has the vocabulary of a 3-year-old. There you go. And he likes 3-year-olds, so.
Question real quick of Mary
Yes.
Lou and Bob, maybe. I know that in your introduction of this topic, you mentioned the school. I actually looked this up before I got in here. I just went the information. We are now at 150 death total of the students, a handful of teachers, but majority children,
Jesus Christ.
girls, young girls, and then 60 to 95 estimated severely injured. I think that we can all agree that what happened in Venezuela, while we might not agree how it happened, it was pretty meticulous in its execution. I think obviously the killing of the Ayatollah and many leadership members of Iran.
Yeah, I mean, just roundly abducting world leaders we don't agree with is just a that's an interesting trend to follow.
Also very meticulous. Do you not feel like it's a little suspicious that they accidentally hit a young girl's school when they've been able to be so?
No, it's collateral. Fuck them.
I think
Good say.
that's suspicious
No.
at all.
You start flying missiles and drones and airplanes, people are going to get killed. And
War
those
drones are pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume it's not like World War II or the 1960s, right? Like aircraft missiles are pretty high tech these days, and they have like homing and all kinds of like technology where they're gonna hit a target directly. Yeah, I don't see where this is going.
pretty precise. in
This
nature.
is such a
Put this
flimsy
where it
defense.
belongs. The Republican Guard could lay down their arms and this shit would be over now. He told them, if you don't do it, you're all going to die. So they're all going to die.
This
Do
is
you
a
do you
time-
remember when
And
Donald Trump?
whatever the collateral damage is, tough shit.
Do you remember how?
Wow. Yeah, you know, if they got fucking have some missiles hit another couple like schools with little girls in them, fuck it, it's collateral damage. It is what it is. Wow, Blob is actually, I mean, we've kind of already gathered this, right? He is a real piece of fucking shit. He is depraved of any sort of morality whatsoever.
Donald Trump ran an entire campaign spouting that he would not start any foreign wars?
Well, you know what? He started this war to keep your ass from getting a nuke up
No.
the bit was.
No.
He's saying he's
That's not
liberating
true.
them. I guess that's what I was
I'm
asking
gonna liberate you with the fresh smell of democracy and bombs. Yeehaw.
about the school. Like this was about liberation.
That's
of the
American
Iranian
democracy for
people.
you,
Schools are
baby.
going to get hit.
Our military has been killed.
If they got a school,
Fuck them. And Trump is to blame. They're dying because of Trump. They're following his fucking illegal orders.
next to the place where these guys are hiding, they're going to get hit.
It wasn't next to it. It was actually pretty far away
Fact.
from
It's
military
fact of life.
installations.
There are going to be kids getting killed.
Let me ask you
You
this,
just
Dad.
got to accept it because it's going to happen.
Okay, Dad, you just kind of brushed over what Haley was saying there. Trump ran on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah. They're not just targeting military infrastructure. They're also targeting, because you look at it, as fucked up as this sounds. When you hear in the news like a school of like small children got blown up, that even though it's not military infrastructure, that is a terrible gutter punch to morale. And it's despicable, and it's disgusting, and it's a war crime, obviously. But let's not pretend that the Americans and the Israelis aren't doing that intentionally. It's, even if it's not military infrastructure they're targeting, it's psychological warfare of the lowest caliber.
On a campaign promising he would start no new wars. He now just
That's
did
right.
it. Did he lie to you?
No, he's
Okay.
going to finish up what should have been done by our country years and
Oh,
years
my
and years
God.
ago.
Uh-huh.
How many
That
countries
I
title-
get when people say like this is my bi-weekly torture, because this is torturous to watch. You have to watch this fucking demented loser come out with the most stupid shit ever. Bob's brain is generally cooked from years and years of propaganda. Like, I don't think there's any saving this man. He is absolutely delusional. I think what'd be fun is that they just dropped him off in the middle of Iran somewhere, just left him. There you go, Bob. Here's an assault rifle. Get to it. You're America first, right, lad? Go on. Yeehaw. You said you wanted to kill all the Iranians or the Somalians. There you go. Go on. Go, you soldier. You just leave him there, and he can't even wipe his own ass without his wife helping him. So I don't think he would last an hour.
Does
He's
he
been
drop
killing and
bombs on?
raping people. He's been killing kids and raping people for 47 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So interesting. Bob here is like, oh, well, he's been killing kids. Meanwhile, just previously, not even 2 minutes before this, they bring up the fact that American airstrikes are deliberately targeting schools with little children that are getting murdered. And he's like, oh, well, that's just collateral damage, isn't it? Bull fucking shit. The double standards. It's disgusting.
What
That's
he
Donald
said-
Trump. Also,
what
how
he
many
said,
countries has
Good
he
one.
bombed at this
Go on,
point?
Heidi.
What,
I saw a
What he
graphic of it more than any other president in modern
what he
history.
said to those people is, "This is your time.
I think, yeah.
8.
This is your time."
I mean, 8's pretty, conservative. It's enough to get the Nobel Peace Prize from FIFA, anyways.
For
He
freedom.
didn't bomb 8 countries.
He said, "Hunker down. This is your time for a generation
They make
of
shit up as
freedom."
they go along.
Also, no,
freedom.
think how stupid this is. Please stay inside, everyone, whilst we bomb the living shit out of your country. And then maybe, just maybe, if we stop bombing and everything's quiet down, we want you to go out there and fight against your government, overthrow them. So it's like, on one hand, he's given advice to be like, stay here where it's safe. And then on the other hand, he's like, well, go outside and start protesting, where you're probably going to get shot. So it's like, what are you trying to suggest to people? It's like inconsistent messaging or what?
Hunker down. I'm going to get rid of the bad guys. Then you will take your country.
Like I said, this is a very Marvel perspective. It's like, we're going to take out the bad guys, and then once the bad guys are gone, the good guys win, and it's happily ever after the end. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Has anyone ever played Far Cry 4? So in Far Cry 4, you basically spend the whole game, you're working with the rebels to overthrow this evil, psychotic dictator, right? Like, you spend the whole game doing that. You go around the map. You help the rebels. You fight against the dictators, like generals, and you eventually kill the dictator. Well, turns out once you overthrow the dictator, the rebel leader who you put in charge ends up being the exact same as the dictator you overthrew, but worse. It's a video game, but I think it's an appropriate example, because that also applies to conflicts in the Middle East and foreign intervention.
Over and
Just because you killed the evil dictator doesn't mean whoever you replace him with is going to be any better or worse.
be free again.
So I guess
We
the
were
question is,
allies. I didn't want him to go into Iran right now. I didn't
I
want a
didn't.
war. None of us did.
I
My
know.
father did. I didn't. I did not. And I
He just said he's loving it. What do you?
said that on the podcast.
He said he's loving
Yeah.
it.
We were allies with this country way back in, I wrote it down, 1979. At that time, it was not the
The
Shah,
Shah.
was it? Carter was president back
The
then.
Shah of Iran,
They took.
they kicked him out, and then the Ayatollahs took over.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a
And
minute.
then they
Hang on. I
captured
have to stop
64
you.
people.
I have
Yes.
to stop you because Dad constantly uses the argument when we talk about anything that happened, like let's say in Trump's first administration. That was 10 years ago. That don't mean shit.
Correct.
And now you guys are dipping back 50
No,
years.
We're explaining to you
The
how.
history
We're
and how this
explaining.
has
We're
happened.
trying
Okay,
to educate
explain-
History only matters when it serves their side.
History to me,
stupid ass on
please.
what took place.
Please put on your Trump cowboy hat and explain history to me.
It's all about
just did.
distraction. It has nothing to do
I
with
just
liberating
did. You talked over
Iran.
me.
It
Like
is
Yeah.
about
she's doing.
distraction.
Wait, are there actually people that genuinely believe that narrative is like we're quote unquote liberating them, when the goal really is just to cause chaos in the region and basically destabilize it so it's easier for like Israel, and also to get the oil.
Action. It is about getting people to try to forget about the Epstein files because Donald Trump was raping
It could also, it's also not out of the realms of possibility. This is also a distraction from the Epstein files. That could also be true.
children. It's about
Nothing
trying
surprises
to
me.
trying to eliminate our fucking midterms.
I mean, if Trump ain't fucking the children, he's bombing the children. You know.
That is what this is about. And you guys are in a fucking cult,
motherfucker.
so you're blind.
We're in a fucking cult. How
totally-
about you?
I totally disagree. I'm trying to give you a little bit of the history.
I like how Bob's counter argument is like, oh, how dare you call us out on our cultish worship of this man? You're obviously in a cult too. What cult? Anyone that is left of Trump or doesn't like Trump's in a cult. Who's the cult leader?
Okay, Mom. Go
that
ahead.
brought us to this place.
Mm-hmm.
In 1979, we were friends with this country. We were friends until they took 444 people hostage, 50 Americans,
They took 64
Oh my God.
hostage
64
for
Americans.
444
They
days.
seized the
Stuff like that.
embassy. They took it for 440 days.
My nose
Okay.
itchy.
44 days. At that time, they drug them around and said, "Look what we got. We got your
Right.
people." That's when we turned against them.
And
It's
Jimmy Carter was such a fucking coward. He did nothing
He did
about
nothing. They were free later, but it was after
So-
444 days.
Okay, so Trump has basically said that this war is about two things. One is their nuclear program. We were
Right.
in a nuclear deal with them that he pulled us out of.
Yeah, we were in the middle. Yeah. The Americans were in the middle of doing a nuclear deal with Iran, and then Trump was like, fuck it, lol, let's just bomb them. So I'm getting bored of negotiations. We're just gonna bomb them. Why not? Because we can. And who's gonna stop us? I know we didn't get any approval from Congress or the international community. We're just gonna bomb them.
So that's
that
on
was a
him.
bad nuclear deal. They were already developing a new bomb, you
Okay.
dumbass.
All right.
okay.
And then the other thing is what he is describing as regime change. And he's basically saying, we killed
That
the
is
lead-"
the regime change in the Middle East is the biggest fucking copium ever. It's never, ever worked. Every single case of American intervention in the Middle East has failed spectacularly each and every time. What is the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's literally this. It's never going to work.
leader. Now you rise up and take control.
He's giving them
Yeah.
freedom.
Who?
Grow some
he's giving them freedom. by getting the shit bombed. Yeah, okay.
fucking nads and
you
do
seen,
something.
Have you
Okay.
seen the people
Instead of
celebrating?
running around on the
Yes,
street
and I've seen the people
and
crying.
rioting, get your fucking guns
Listen,
and go take
It
over.
would be like, imagine if a foreign country came in and killed Trump. It would be the same thing. You guys would be crying. Me and Haley would be celebrating.
Oh, no.
The
we
country would probably
He'll bomb it
be.
like that.
I don't know if it would actually be in worse
wouldn't.
shape.
First of all, that's
If
not
they
going to
did that,
happen.
but-
It's
Henry-
called a hypothetical scenario. He's using an analogy to say that, yes, there's people in Iran that obviously hated the dictator, and there's the supreme leader, and there's people who loved him. And the same would happen probably in the US, because, the US is also split in terms of, like, people love Trump. I don't know fucking why you have to be absolutely a brain-dead psychopath. And there's just normal people. Not even, like, leftists and liberals. There's normal people that also hate Trump. And leftists and liberals, right? You know what I mean? It's like... like Bob can't grasp a basic analogy.
reality, that's an
I'm not
impossibility.
saying it's gonna happen. I'm trying to get you
Well,
to
it's not
understand what it
either.
might be like to live in Iran
No,
right now.
It's stupid for you to even make that analogy.
Okay. All right. So, where'd Mom go?
What do you think, Bob? What do you think will happen to Bob once Trump finally kicks the bucket? Do you think he like break down crying, like, Mr. President, I can't believe you're gone? Like, do you think he's gonna have the same affection for like fucking JD Vance? You know what's funny about JD Vance? Every time I see like pro MAGA dweebs make like a meme, and you know it's the ones where it's like Trump, and he's got like a 6-pack and abs, he's like super muscular, and then it's just like the meme version of JD Vance where he's like fat and he's got like the bushy hair, and like the really round face with the blush. It's just like even in the hardcore mind of a MAGA cult member, JD Vance is still considered a meme.
What?
Why?
I have notes on it.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm back. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm Haley. I'm
Okay.
back. I'm sorry, guest. I'm
I
back.
want to ask you this. Mom and Dad, Mom, you got to scoot into the frame a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. You were very big on the idea that Trump should win the Nobel Peace Prize because he said he
Yeah.
wanted it. Do you
I mean, anyone at this point can get the Nobel Peace Prize. Let's be honest. Now, I love Obama, but let's be real. Even Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize, even though he had numerous fucking drone strikes operations in the Middle East, right? So it's not even like the Nobel Peace Prize means anything. But compared to that, that's like child's play compared to what Trump's doing.
do you still think
Oh, and there was also old tweets back in like, 2010, 2011, where Trump was like, oh, Obama's going to start a war with Iran to get elected. Obama's going to start a war with Iran to get elected. And then you fast forward to modern day times, it's like, oh, it looks like Trump is starting a war with Iran. The irony, the projection.
he should win it?
Yeah, he's going to bring peace to the Middle East. You watch.
What he's going to bring peace to the Middle East by bombing the Middle East. Okay, interesting.
Well,
He
he's
literally
waging
had-
war in the Middle East, so
And he
that's
had no-
already off the
I'm
table.
telling you,
There was
you give this
no.
war about 2 weeks, and then you come back and kiss my
As my
ass.
There
webcam
was no
frozen, I don't know why my
congressional
webcam
approval.
freezes.
Like,
I
this
don't
is
think it
literally
matters too much.
fucking
But
criminal
yeah, my
activity.
webcam has
And
frozen.
they're
No, it's not.
blowing up children.
Yes, it is. You have
No,
to
it's
have
not.
congressional
It's
approval per
spectacular
the
fashion.
Constitution to
No,
start
you
a
don't.
war.
They are ready to have a nuclear bomb to drop on us. Okay, but so we
Oh my
don't
God, you
have
believe this?
Hang on,
uh,
Jessica, you're
approval
saying
for
something?
that, not to kill us off.
Oh, your mic is off, Jessica. We
Oops.
cannot hear you.
Whoopies.
Uh-oh. We're having some technical difficulties with Jessica.
I'm
Mom
also
and
having
Dad,
technical
as
difficulties.
Jessica's
My
working this
my
out,
webcam is frozen.
Now?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what
Oh, that was
does
so
that.
weird. I didn't change anything. Bizarre. Okay. I was just saying, I'm just confused because I was told like a month ago, that he completely obliterated any chances of them building nuclear weaponry. I'm also
And you were
like,
told that by him. He was the one who said
I
that.
mean, Trump is inconsistent as fuck. You can't believe any of the shite that comes out of his mouth.
That he obliterated their nuclear program.
The dude is a pathological liar and a narcissist.
correct. I also just want to highlight, because I know you guys brought up the 1979 Iranian Revolution. I don't think people maybe understand that prior to the revolution, the uprising that occurred is because of our, once again, basically messing with their
Lack of
government. So
balls.
I mean,
What-
that's that is the American. America loves to just like get involved in like foreign politics and putting in their own puppet leaders that are going to be sympathetic and pro America. Like they've done that. They've done that in Cuba as well.
well, no. 1953, we staged a coup with the British government, and we basically overthrew their democratically elected prime minister and installed one of our own. And the
Yeah,
people uprised because we
1953,
meddled in their
Emma.
business.
Another time.
It was an
Well, no, I'm
ally
just
of the
saying.
Germans.
Loaded.com.
They need to
Get
have
the
like a
biggest
built-in
game
mute
releases
button
of
for
the
this
year
guy.
at the best
He's, like,
prices.
here trying to explain the history of why, of like the Iran-American relations.
Yeah, I'm just highlighting that
And
we
Blob
have a
just interrupts
history
every
of
single
going
time.
into other foreign nations and basically meddling in their government, many of the times democratically elected governments.
And
by
how
the
many times
people.
have we been asked to do that by those people? Every goddamn one of them.
We weren't asked for the 1953 coup. It was a CIA-backed coup that was staged by the U.S. British Intelligence Agency and the CIA here in the U.S.
She's got more in them in the poop stack than they do.
I'm just
What?
telling you the
What'd he say?
history of how the Iranian Revolution transpired.
What
That's all I'm
about?
saying. They were angry at the
Do you
U.S. and the
agree?
British's involvement.
Do you agree at one time they were our allies?
Well, they were
friends
our
with them.
allies because we installed a leader against the people's wishes. So we overthrew. It was Mohammed Mossadegh that was elected as their prime minister, and in 1953, the CIA and the U.S. British intelligence went in and overthrew their government and basically installed a different leader that made them happy and was aligning with the Western ideals. But the problem is the Iranian people did not agree with that. So they overthrew the government in 1979 in
It's
response.
time to get rid of them.
But I do believe in 1979 when they took all those people prisoners and held them for 444 days. That was a big turning point.
What was it? Yes, but I think the problem is we're
Personally, I don't think there's anything Trump could do that would change like Bob and Mary Lou's opinion on him. I think he could do whatever he wants, and they would still support him. These people are depraved of any sort of morality.
we're pretending like this was a decision that was not the Iranian.
I just don't know how you could get to a point where you just worship someone so unconditionally, no matter what they do. It's pretty insane. Like, I know that's the very definition of a cult, but like, there's got to be a breaking point. Even some of the people who worship Jim Jones had a breaking point. There were some people who were like, yeah, I'm not drinking this Kool-Aid to kill myself. But then again, on the flip side, there were a lot of people who were like, yeah, let's drink this Kool-Aid and just die. Right, so maybe that isn't the best counter-argument. I don't know. Like, it's crazy.
People's decision. This was a decision. This was quite literally them uprising as a people because they were upset by the installation of leadership that they didn't elect. So, like, I think make sure we recognize the U.S. has a really bad history of meddling, particularly in the Middle East. But even in
Notorious history.
Parts of the Americans,
Infamous even.
In people's governments and causing upheaval and destabilization and wartime. And so like we're not great at like solving issues. We're great at making them.
So you don't like living in the United States?
Oh God.
Oh,
I mean, I'm born and raised in the United States.
Yeah, it's like if you don't approve of our domestic policy, or I mean, the foreign policy rather of America bombing other countries, you're not a true American. What kind of bullshit is this?
Place.
I mean, I think there's places that are definitely prioritizing their people more than we are, 100%.
Dad, that argument, hang on a minute. That argument that you use is like one that you kind of constantly default to when you're faced with facts that you can't reconcile. You're like, well, then get out of America if you don't like
You don't like us. Yeah, it's like if you're remotely critical of us bombing other countries, get the hell out of here. You should obey the government and cheer on America no matter what atrocities they try to do overseas. Which also applies to his worship of Trump. It's like, it doesn't matter what morally depraved things Trump does or atrocities or things he says. Bob supports him unconditionally because he's a brain-dead zombie.
Accent.
It's a perfect impersonation.
How we
Okay.
run it? Get the hell out of here.
I chose to run for
Or
it.
Or you can run for fucking office and change
Yeah.
it.
Correct. From the inside out.
I don't like that you guys
Do I always watch Code Geass. Do a Suzaku. You know, he infiltrates the Britannian Empire and tries to restructure the system from within. That sort of thing.
even want to hear the history. I mean, our guest knows a lot of it and was talking about it, but you and Haley just kind of sat there and see, you weren't even born when Dad and I saw this on TV with those prisoners that they had 50 of it was 50 or some of our Americans.
We've been sitting here listening to you talk about it for 5
I'll watch a couple more minutes of this, but like, I still can't. I don't know why my webcam just randomly freezes.
minutes. What are you talking about?
I know.
I don't think it really matters too much. But
And you didn't hear a single word.
Right.
What did you?
that's what you get for buying a cheap ass webcam.
Did you think the news in the United States would tell you things on the news that are going to speak to what the atrocities we
I
did
don't know.
this year?
The media is so left far.
I mean, I think the media
has been
personally,
forever.
but
I mean, interesting counter argument Bob makes is like, oh, the media is so left. Yeah, he watches Newsmax, which is like super, super on the right, and he watches Newsmax 24/7. So it's kind of ironic. He can see, like, you know, can be media that is biased, but yet he watches a biased media all the way to the far right.
It has been forever.
I think back in that time,
I mean, look at you. You get your fucking news in Virginia, for God's sake.
What?
Doesn't like Virginia?
You talk about a state that's so left wing, it's ridiculous.
Do you think the internet
Wait,
exists?
Virginia? I thought Virginia. I'm no like American geography master, but I thought Virginia was like in like the South or something.
It's in Virginia.
It's a southern state.
Virginia.
We're
No.
purple. We're
Virginia.
very purple.
Big time.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, enough.
All right.
Talk
Look,
to your
let's
governor.
listen.
I think
I am the government.
We
No, I didn't say government. I said governor.
Okay.
okay.
I think
We
back-
have to move on. We are late in the show now. Let's move on to
Let
our
me say
second
one little
topic.
tidbit.
Dig a
Please.
little up deeper over there in Virginia.
I think back in 1979, TV was way different than it is now. You
Yes.
know, how
Yeah,
many?
you had like 5 channels, no shit. Now we have the internet and social media. We have a whole web, and we have a whole web of different information you can access at your fingertips within like minutes. Which is kind of ironic though, because despite that fact, you will have people like Bob, for example, but instead of watching the TV, they consume a lot of social media and specific quote unquote YouTube channels, wink wink nudge nudge, where they are basically fed certain specific political narratives, and they're basically spoon fed their worldview and reinforced it over and over and over and over again, thus creating these like political online echo chambers. So it's kind of ironic. We are living in a time where people have got such wealth of access to different types of information, but yet they will only stick to like a single echo chamber. So I do find the irony in that is like we have the most knowledge, we have access to the most knowledge ever, but also at the same time we have these like kind of echo chambers.
There were 3 networks, no internet, no streaming services,
Right,
no
way
cable television.
different.
Yes, it was
Right.
very different. I agree.
Okay, that's
All
all,
right.
I wanted to say.
Well, let's move on. Topic number 2 is the Clintons testified this week.
All right, well, I think that's what I want to react to, because if I react any longer, the video is going to be like 40 minutes, and yeah, that's way too long. And I don't know what happened to my webcam. I guess it got fucking bombed or something. Anyways, pretty much what I was expecting. Mary Lou and Bob not remotely being critical of Trump and being pro-war. What a surprise. Like I said, there's nothing Trump could do in their eyes where they would disown him. They are so invested and consumed into the cult. It's their whole identity. It's their whole purpose in life. Even if Trump dropped like a fucking airstrike on their children, they probably still support him. Right? I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's lunacy at a whole new level. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You want to leave a comment in the comment section, the comment on this, feel free. You want to leave a like, a subscribe, that's cool too. But other than that, guys, I will see you later. Peace out, and have a good day, and stay safe. And fuck Trump. And fuck you MAGA cocksuckers. Bye-bye.